Let me share my screen. So let me know if you're not able to see anything on your screen. All right, so we're going to look at the new project. Okay, so the new projects, you need the piston zip file that I asked you to download from Moodle. So go ahead and save your projects. Go to your working folder. So let me go and find my working folder. And then I save my project as piston. Okay. Let me go to my working project folder. Piston. I save as piston, then save. Yes. Okay. All right. Now, once you already save the projects, we will go ahead and open up the mesh again. Same. Go to the mesh individual solver, double click, and then name the mesh as piston or any name you want, no problem. Then after that, we're going to the geometry there, right click. We're going to straight away you're going to import geometry from here. Okay, but you can go to design modeler, no problem. Yeah. Okay, so just import. Maybe you just go to a normal path lah. Huh? So go to design modeler geometry if you want. Normal one you can just direct import lah, but I just show you the more secured way, so it won't go wrong. After that, you open the mesh file already, the mesh design modeler file, import external file. We go into the piston folder. Let me find my file. Piston.x_x. This one, open. And then remember, if you do not see anything here because you haven't generated the file, so go ahead and press the generate. So you're seeing the very beautiful piston inside the model view graphic window. Okay, so once you see this one, we're going to start working with our mesh now. Okay, so the first steps, I assume you already get this mesh and you're seeing in your tree outline there, you're seeing 14 parts, 14 body. You can expand and you see it's quite a complete piston component. You can even use for your own simulation projects if you want. So all these are complete parts for piston. Okay, the next step is to check the unit that you use. Every time when you simulate something, make sure you're using the correct unit. Okay, so one with this one, okay, I think we are in the wrong window here. We have done with this one, we save the file. And then we close the modeler. We should go to the mesh platform. So go to the mesh. You can either double click or you can just right click edit. So just now we are in the modeler, so we are not able to do any mesh there. So we need to know where we are. So go ahead and after you import the geometry into the modeler, you can save it and then you close the window and then you open up the mesh solver. Okay, now once you open up the mesh, go and check the unit. So we are using this time we're using meter, kilogram, Newton, second, volt, and ampere. Select the first unit. Okay. Are you in the same page?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Your mic is back. Good. All right. So the next one, you go to the mesh. Just left click the mesh here. So we're going to right click, mesh, right click, show, sweepable body. Click sweepable body. So you will highlight sweepable body in the green color here. So we want to hide all the body and focus on the sweepable body. So what you do, you just go to the geometry window there, right click, hide all other bodies. Click hide all other bodies. You will see only the sweepable bodies. And then you focus on this body. What you do, you just go to the magnifying glass there, click zoom to fit. So this is a sweepable body defined in the mesh file. Okay. So make sure you're seeing this one, and then you click mesh. Okay. Okay, since our mesh haven't run, what we're going to do is that let reverse the process. You just go to the window there. You see a light bulb, show all bodies. Zoom out. So go to the mesh there. Right click and we update the mesh. Let's update the mesh first, right? So you're going to be very fast. You can look around the mesh body that you have. After that, you're going to look at the sweepable object only. All right, sweepable object only. So right click, you go to the mesh, and then preview, not preview. Right click, you go to the geometry, or go to here, geometry, geometry, view, view. Sorry, go to mesh, preview, okay, mesh, show, here, mesh, show, sweepable body, this one. Then you will highlight the green color body. We hide other parts, so go right click, hide all other parts body, and then click in the empty space here. Then zoom in the parts. You just click the magnifying glass there, zoom to fit. So this is a sweepable body, all right. Then we zoom back all other things. Later we will hide this part, yeah. So right click geometry, in the geometry window here, right click, and then select show all bodies. So you will reappear all the body together. Now we want to go to the tree over here, left hand side, right click the mesh, and then click show suitable body again. This one, click this one again. And then you go to in the geometry window here. We don't want to look at the sweepable body. We want to hide this body. Right click, hide body, this one. So the sweepable body is hidden. You cannot see the sweepable body just now. You will remove that particular item from the scene. It's actually there, but you don't want to see it, so you just hide from the selection. So it will be more easier for you to do some setting, especially you want to look at the piston head here without other component. Okay, right. So this is how you do when you want to hide a certain body of the piston. Now we want to look at how we create a mesh on the slot, or there's a hole here, and want to see how our setting will affect this area. Okay, so let's us rotate and zoom in this area. Okay, this area, Okay, make sure you see in this area. We'll focus on this area. All right. Once you rotated, I assume you already rotated already. Stop me if you're not able to follow, yeah? So make sure you already rotated in this orientation in your ANSYS. So you go to project 3 here. You go to the model here. Go to project model A3, right click, insert virtual topography. We're going to input a virtual topography. As you can see in the graphic geometry window there, all the mesh was gone and it become a smooth surface. So click virtual topography. And then make sure you selected the face selection activated. Face selection activated. So we want to select all these surfaces. These 5 surfaces. So you just zoom in. You are having 5 surfaces here. So I'm going to highlight these 5 surfaces here. Hold down the control button and then select with your left mouse. Hold down control. Select 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Select these 5 surface as I show you on my screen now. After that, you go to the toolbar. Above the outline there, you see a merge cell. There's a virtual topography toolbar come out. There's a merge cell that you can see on the top of, you can see at the last ribbon that you have on your window or just above the outline. Merge cell here. Click this one, click merge cell. You will see that just now the 5 surfaces there was merged into single pieces. There's no longer 5 surfaces there. It merged into a smooth one-piece surfaces. So this one sometimes will help you in your meshing process. You will reduce the error sometimes, yeah, because of the gap, because of the meshing process. You will avoid some collision, mesh collision by these strategies. All right, then you go to the mesh there. You go to the mesh window there, right click, and then you update the mesh. Okay, you zoom up a little bit. You see what happened to the slot just now? The slot was almost gone, almost gone from the meshing. It's almost become a flat surface. Not flat, but there's just a little slot there. But if you move your mouse near to the slot there, you're still seeing the surface highlighted by the blue dot line. It's just that in the meshing process, in the 3D model there, it become one pieces. It become a virtual topography, one pieces, so that it will reduce the error in the calculation. So this is one of the way if you have a sharp corner in a very sharp corner, then this is one of the way if you want to get away of all the error. It's one of the strategies. Okay, so this is one of the things we use virtual topography. So now we don't want this topography anymore. So what you do, you go to the virtual topography here, right click and delete all virtual entities. Delete all the virtual entities. It will ask you again, you want to delete all virtual entities? Answer yes. So you see you're back to the original setting. All right, now what happens if you're also lazy again? You want to ask the computer to create all the topography surface for us. So what you do, you go to the tree house here, or project 3 here. There's a virtual topography there. Right click and then just click generate virtual here. Right, you go to the tree here, virtual topography. If you're lazy to select, just right click and select generate virtual cells. Click this one. Then you will see a lot of colorful color on the window. This is all the area that is going to generate topography surface for you. You don't need to click one by one. You just ask the computer to find the potential virtual topography, and then you go and highlight for you, and then you just go ahead to the mesh here. Right click mesh, update the mesh. You'll see what happened to the surface. You'll still get the same results, only this time it automatically find all the sharp corners. You will change it into virtual topography. Okay, so this is how you do it. All right, this is how you do it. Okay, now we want to ask the computer to further fine-tune for us. We're going to look at pitch control. Pitch control. So we're going to do it manually this time. So what you're going to do is that make sure you go and select the body selection activated. Highlight the green box on top of the ribbon. Then we want to highlight this head, piston head here. Right, left click the piston head. After that, right click. We don't want to see other parts, so go and select the hide all other parts, all other bodies. Select this one. So you're seeing only the parts that you want to focus on. You're only seeing the piston head. So we want to do some pitch on the sharp corner below this piston. So let's rotate to this orientation. Make sure it's having the same orientation like mine. So what you need to do now is you go to the mesh here. Okay, go to the mesh here. You want to insert pitch. Right click, insert. There's a pitch here. Insert pitch. And then you're going to see in the property window here, there are master geometry and slave geometry. So here we want to focus on the sharp corners. So make sure the selection is correctly selected. So you go to the filter there, select edge. Make sure edge selector was activated. And then we're going to move into the window here. We're going to highlight a master geometry. You see that there's a sharp corner inside the piston head, bottom corner there. I highlight on my screen here. Inside, we're going to select two half circle. One is inside this one, and then another one is another half circle here. So I'm going to highlight on the screen here. So I hold down the control key, left click. I go to another side, go to the edge there, left click. So I'm highlighting, make sure you're highlighting the green color line that you see on the screen here. This one will become the input for mastery geometry. So you move your mouse to the property window there, left click and click apply. So you'll see two edges was selected. In the geometry window, you also see pitch in blue color highlighted for you. The next one, we also need to select the slave geometry again, the same location just now. Same location, we're going to input as a slave also. So hold down the control key again, highlight the slave geometry, this one and this one again. Then go to the slave geometry, click in one, apply. So we're having two edges there. So you're seeing in the geometry window there, you are seeing a pitch in red color. All right, then you go to the tolerant. It will ask you to define. So every time you see a green color, you need to input. There. So I'm not sure why this one's still yellow. Okay, we go to the tolerance then. We change this one to 0.001. Tolerance, we increase to 0.001 mm. Okay, then we go to the toolbar there, mesh update, or you can go to the mesh here, just click update. So go to the mesh, click update. Okay, something wrong with my mesh. So let me select one more time. This one and fine. Okay, why are you not able to? Okay, let me remove my two edges. Okay, we change it to the outer circle. Then we see what happens. Okay, let's see we change the, oh, there's one more. Let's see we change the outer, become our slave. Okay, I changed the location and then we see what is the differences. After that, we update the mesh. Okay, I click my mesh. So you will see that the pitch was happened. It will mesh according to the tolerance 0.01. Although it's very small, it looks no different, but actually the pitch is happening there. Okay, so this is how we do the pitch setting. All right. Okay, the next one, we were going to show all bodies. I click show all bodies. Yeah. All right, now we're going to focus on the bottom here. This piston, leg here. Right. All right, so we go to the body again, body selection on the top. We want to focus on the bottom component, which is this one. Highlight this one. Green color, right click, high or the, we want to focus this one, so we go right click and then high all other bodies. So we only look at these body parts. Okay, I want you to focus on, we want to do some meshing on this surface. We want to look at what is the difference between this one and another one. Okay, now before we do anything, you look at the pattern. I just want you to identify the pattern. So you see the pattern is 45 degrees from top to bottom. And then you are seeing triangular overlapping each other. So lots of triangular like this. So later, after we do setting, I want you to try to find the differences after we do the setting. Okay, so you go to the tree outline here. In the mesh, right click, I want you to insert fast meshing. Want to control the meshing for the face only. So you go to mesh, insert, and face meshing. And then we're going to highlight, okay. Then okay, you click the face meshing here. So there's a setting here that you need to pay a little bit more attention. Make sure the map mesh here set to yes. So make sure this one, the setting set to yes. And then you ask for the geometry to apply. So what you do, you select this face. Select the green color face that I show you on the computer now. And then you go back to the property on the left, click apply. Okay, it will change to, my one is blue color, maybe yours one will change to green color or other color. It depends on the setting you set in the ANSYS earlier. Okay, so my one's changed to blue color. You show me that now I'm have a portion for meshing there. After that, I will go to update my meshing. So right click, or you can go to the top there. There's an update button there. Click the update button, or you can go to the mesh and right click update. So you will mesh for me for the mesh meshing. Now I want you to focus on the face. Yeah. So do you see any different compared to the just now? I asked you to observe, right? Just now the lines are just now are all 45 degree from top to bottom. Now you see the difference, right? There's a cross triangular on the face there. Yeah, Pitiba, you see the difference?
Yes, sir.
You see the difference, right? So this is how you do the face meshing only for that face only. This is more focused on the face itself. If you're having an error in a mesh generation or in the console, then these are some of the strategy you can come to the meshing part and edit. Because some of it, most of the error is appeared in the curved surface. So these are some of the strategies you can come and rectify the problems. Okay, so this is one of the things. And then another one is the, okay, we go to the geometry and show all bodies. Look at all bodies now. Okay, let's zoom out a little bit. Now in your tree there, we still activated all the topography. We delete all the virtual topography and just revert back to its original setting. So how you remove all the virtual topography, you just go to the tree there, move your mouse to virtual topography, right click, and delete all virtual entities. It will ask you again whether you want to delete all, answer yes. So now highlight body again, select body. We will look at one of the parts at the bottom here. We want to select this screw, this not screw, but it looks like screw. So highlight the screw on the left hand side. Okay, highlight the geometry, right click, hide all other bodies. So we are looking at only the screw, the connector. Yeah, connector is the correct word. Okay, look at this connector. And then you rotate your body, maybe like my window here. We want to do something on the face here. Okay, so what you do, you go to the selection on the top there, select face, and then hold down your control key again. We want to highlight the three faces on the connector. 1, 2, and 3. These three faces. And then right click, insert virtual cell. Okay, right click, insert virtual cell. So virtual cell will be activated. Then you rotate to the bottom. You want to add more to the virtual cell. Not this one yet, but we will add this bottom, the green color. So again, highlight the face selection. We want to highlight this one. Yeah? Okay, this one, and then if you zoom in, there is a, let me speed it up a bit. There is a curve beside the body. We want to highlight the body also. So faces, make sure you select one. Let me count how many faces you need to highlight. 5 faces. 1. Hold down the control key. 2, 3, 4. Oh, there are 5 faces. Let me rotate. Please select the 5 faces. Oh. Right. 1, 2. Okay, make sure you highlight the 5 faces. After that, right click, insert virtual cell. Okay. Then after that, we want to select the bottom here. Again, hold down the control key. 1, 2, and 3 surfaces here. This one. The bottom 3 faces here. Again, repeat the same process. Right click, insert virtual cell. So we have 3 virtual cells here. 1 bottom, 2 middle, 3 at the top here. So your color might be different from mine, but you should have 3 highlighted virtual cells there. Okay, I assume we're already done like mine. So what I do is that I go to the mesh tree here. I right click, I insert method. Mesh, insert method. So here, I will need to do the geometry. So I select the board here, or this connector. I highlight this board and then I click apply. So there's one body applied to the geometry. After that, the method here, automatic, change it to multi-zone. Select multi-zone. And then there is a SRC stroke TRG selection. All right, this one, automatic, change to manual source. Okay, go to SRC/TRG selection, set to manual source. So we need to select the 3 sources of the faces. So sources here, we need to tell where is it. So click face again. And highlight the 3 faces just now. Hold down the control key. 1, 2, and 3. So 3 faces, 3 zone was selected in the geometry window. After that, you go to the this go to the source and apply. 1, 2, 3, source, apply. So you go to the source there and apply 3 faces. Then you go to the top there, update the mesh, or you can go to the mesh tree there, right click, update. So as you can see here, it will further reduce the mesh into a smoother approach. As you can see here, you see at the bottom of the board just now, it will become a smoother surface. The connection with other cell beside it also closer, and you can see the topography also becomes smoother. Okay, so this is how you use the multi-zone, or how do you use the virtual cell help you to generate the mesh for the operation. The next one, we're going to look at local sizing. So on the mesh itself, right-click mesh, insert sizing. Go to the mesh tree here, mesh, insert sizing. We're going to do local sizing setting. And click the body again. Oops. We select the body selection, click the body, and then apply. The geometry apply to the body of the board or the connector. Then after that, you move down. There's an element size here. Element size, you control it down to 0.001. This is just an example. You can control the element size you want. After that, you go and update the mesh. Right click, update. So you can see from the mesh topography just now, become a more finer topography. And this one will generate a better results compared to the previous one, because this one is smaller mesh size, and also the connection between mesh cells and mesh cells is more closer and smoother transition also. Okay, so this is one of the way where you use the local sizing to further fine-tune the mesh quality. Okay, the next step is just repeat what I teach you just now, the section plane just now. Let's say we want to cut this plane into half. So you can cut anywhere you want. For this example, I look at maybe at the top. I cut from the top from half. So how do I create section plane? I will just go to the top here, new section plane, or I can go to the toolbar at the left corner. Both same, give you the same function. I left click the new selection plane, and then I just draw a line. And make sure this line is what you want. So I just show you randomly one line that I draw. So I just cut across this connector. So I can see the internal meshing that I have. And if I want to look at the 3-dimensional, I just highlighted the show hole element in the 3-dimensional. Okay, so this is how I look at it. And then what else? Right click, go to not move. Let's see that I can.
416, sir.
Huh? Yeah.
It's 420.
Yeah. So we need to complete this module. So okay. So sizing is one of the meshing component that you need to know for meshing. Okay, then the rest I will expect you to go and explore. Okay, there's one more example where I assume you already know, since you're rushing for me to close the lecture. I assume you already know. Okay, so with this, I end the recording.